Oh, hi, it's me, the lady Ms. VaginaJenkins, and it's time for Queer Astrology. It's also Mercury retrograde time. Dun, dun, dun. It's not a scary time. It's just a time to be slow and intentional and understand that sometimes when things break down or fall apart, it's an opportunity for us to revise and consider our plans more intentionally. Yeah, that's what I'll say about that. To that end, I spent the last couple of weeks of March pre-recording all of my April Mercury retrograde content because I knew that the time between April 1st and April 25th, when Mercury was in retrograde or is in retrograde, would be potentially a difficult time with communication, with technology, that kind of thing. And so I thought to get ahead of that by pre-recording all of my content for that time span. And then today, April 1st, where Mercury actually stations retrograde, I decided to reconsider that plan. What is that saying about, oh, we make plans and God laughs? Something like that. Yeah, that's what today feels like for me. Yeah. So I spent the weekend revamping my website, and I just noticed that a lot of the astrology reading types and offerings that I had listed on my website didn't feel very clear. I think there was a lot of overlap between different types of readings, and I think that there was some astrology jargon used that wasn't necessarily communicating what I wanted it to communicate. So, in full Mercury retrograde fashion, I took the opportunity to reconsider, revamp my website, and, do some editing. And since it's on my mind, I thought to talk about all of the different sorts of astrology readings that I offer, what they mean, and I wanted to present them with an eye for understanding that there are so many ways to engage with astrology and to enlist the support of an astrologer that are not necessarily just centered on your natal chart. So let's talk about some of the astrology readings that I offer. If you see me looking over here, it's because I am looking at my laptop. I have my website open and I want to make sure that I've captured everything exactly as it is there. The second kind of reading that I offer is a birthday/solar return reading. So this is one of the readings that demonstrates that there are so many different ways to engage with astrology beyond just your natal chart. So you know how astrologers call your birthday your solar return? What that's based on is that when you were born at an exact degree and minute of the sun in any given particular sign. So for example, you might be an Aries sun, but at what degree and minute of Aries were you born? For example, 12 degrees and 15 minutes. That's about halfway through Aries season, right? In any given year, the sun returns back to 12 degrees and 15 minutes of Aries. That exact moment is called a solar return. You could do a return chart for when the sun returns back to its place when you were born, and astrologers can run a chart of the solar return moment in any given year to determine what your next 365 days might be like until the next time the sun returns back to Aries, 12 degrees, 15 minutes. You can actually do this with any of the planetary placements. For example, if you were born and the moon was in Leo at 10 degrees 59 seconds, you could say when the moon returns back to Leo, 10 degrees 59 seconds, once a month, that you could do a lunar return chart to see what your emotional landscape might look like for the next 30 days, because it takes the moon 30 days to orbit. You could also do the same thing with Venus, which takes about 225 days to make its full cycle. So yeah, if you were born at Venus in Aries at 1 degree 0 minutes, you could look at every 225 days when Venus returns back to Aries at 1 degree 0 minutes and speculate what your next 225 days might look like in terms of how you are relating to other people, how you are attractive, and what you might be attracting in those next 225 days. Yeah, we could do a planetary return chart for any planet, but for this particular reading, I'm focusing on the sun. For the solar return chart, I would need to know your location that you were in on your birthday, your solar return, and then we run that chart and we talk about what energies might unfold over the next 365 days until you have your next solar return. I like to combine the solar return reading with an understanding of your profection year, literally what house or what area of life you're focused in on this year. So when we look at the solar return chart and the profection year combined, we can sort of start to see what energies might unfold for you over the next 365 days. It's sort of like an astrological annual checkup, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that is the birthday / solar return reading. It is an hour-long reading, but I do tend to go over, so it's like an hour and 15 minutes. It could be a special birthday treat or a way to just sort of check in with yourself annually. Definitely book it after your birthday. That way you know exactly what location you are in on your birthday. But yeah, that is the birthday / solar return reading. That's another way to engage with astrology. Just wanted to offer up that information about how that reading works exactly, and stick around as we explore the other 7 readings. Also, if you would like to support this video, feel free to give a super thanks below. And if you want to support this channel and my capacity to offer up videos like this, consider joining the channel. Become a member of the Cosmic Cuties. You can check out the join button here below, and it shows you all of the membership levels and all of the cool perks that you get for being a member. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being part of my community. And thank you for making time for queer astrology. Bye, y'all. May the Mercury retrograde odds be ever in your favor.